What's going on, everybody? Big Country here. Welcome back to Country Living, and sorry for the little hiatus and the lack of the country mixing video yesterday. Just a couple issues came up I had to tend to. But today's video is because I got a buddy of mine. I've recently helped him go to vaping from smoking, and it's been a few weeks, and he just ordered his first RDA, and he ordered a Peerless, and he ordered some pre-made coils from Max Vaping at my recommendation. So I figured I would do a video showing him how to build the Peerless RDA with Max Vaping pre-made coils. So that's what today's video is on. So stay tuned, check us out, man. This is really good. I hope it'll help him and anybody else wanting to get into the world of RDAs. Man, this new juice is fucking great. Okay, Scrubby Dubby, this is for you, man. This is specifically for you. Here's everything that you're going to need. I'm going to try. I'm doing my best to do this the exact same setup that you have in your hands. So, and hopefully most people will probably have this same setup as well. So I'm going to make this as simple as possible. So the things you're going to need to build your RDA for the first time. First thing you need to have is your RDA. I know you got the Peerless on the way, so I'm going to be building on the Peerless. Now, just like any other RDA or any other new item that you have, atomizers that you receive, you need to clean these, especially RDAs. And the tanks, is what it is. But RDAs, they come with a lot of them come with extra machine oil on them. They're not cleaned very well from the factory, so take it apart, take your top cap off, and run it under hot water, maybe a couple drops of Dawn, and an old toothbrush or something, and just kind of clean it and rinse it thoroughly, okay? Once you have that done, it's ready for work. Since I know you have an Alien, I'm going to be building it with the Alien today, just so you can see. And I also know that you got these specific Max Vaping fused Claptons. They're Canthal 26 gauge core with 32 gauge wrap. I do believe, and I still do believe, these are the best pre-made coils on the market, in my opinion. I've been using Max Vaping coils for a long time. Even though I still make my own, I make my own coils now, I do think these are the best pre-made coils on the market. And which is why you bought them, because of my recommendation. So we have a couple of the Claptons there. You're going to need your screwdriver with the kit you got. You're going to need your pliers. You're going to need some flush cuts. And you're going to need some cotton. The cotton that I'm going to use today, not cotton bacon, even though I know that's what you got. I'm using this cotton candy collection, because I'm digging this stuff right now. It's just as good, of maybe it's running really close to cotton bacon, which I've used forever and ever. So this is the cotton that I'm using today. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put, after you clean your atomizer, we're going to go ahead and attach it to your top of your Alien. Notice that Alien is turned off. It's off. I got batteries in it, but it's turned off. So if you want to be safer, just take the batteries out. But I'm off right now, so we're going to pop the top off. This is what your RDA, your Peerless, is going to look like. This is your build deck. Deep juice well. You got them grub screws in the top. You got 4 of them. You're going to notice. You're going to notice these posts right here in the center. Now, we got these 2 outer posts right here and here, but we're not going to use those today. For this particular build here, your first time building 2, I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. But later on, once you start getting bigger coils and wider coils, you can start using these outside ones. But for this particular one we're doing today, we're just going to use the 2 center ones, okay? Now, this top slot here, this little thin one, ignore that. We're going to use these 2 middle bottom ones. You should have a little tri-tool like this that came in your Peerless. It'll be orange because it's from Geek Vape. But the same thing. Grab one of the Allen tools that will fit the center grub screws, the titanium one or the heat-treated stainless steel ones. They're blue. Unscrew them. Unscrew both of them until the bottom of that screw gets to max opening. You can kind of see how the opening is up pretty well, right? We want to make sure we have plenty of room. We're going to unscrew it until it's flush with the deck. See how they're wide open now? Alright, so now we got plenty of room to put our coils in. First thing we're going to do is grab one of the coils right here, and we're going to put both leads inside of the holes, just like that. And when you do that, push them all the way up against the post, okay? We're going to be sharing this hole with the other coils, or the other coil rather. You see from both sides how this one coil, or this one coil, is going through both of those slots, just like that. Take the other one and do the same thing. It's going to be a little tricky. You got to make sure you get the leads through all the coils and all that good stuff. Once you get them both in there, you have to make sure they're both up against these center posts. We're going to do it just like that. Okay, once you get them both up there against the center post, just try to screw it in a little bit. Like that. Both in there. So I want to hold them both against the center post as I go to screw this down. You don't want to put these screws super tight yet. You just want to take them down tight enough to where we have some tension on these leads and we can work with them. Okay, that one feels good enough for now. We got to work these coils. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry at all. It feels tight enough for now as well. Inspect your coils. Make sure that the spacing is still similar between the post and the coil. Now, we don't want these to be touching in the end. We're going to stretch these out. But right now we got some tension between posts and the grub screws. We got some tension. We're good. Now, take your pliers. Take these leads one at a time. Apply some tension, pull it, and pull it to the side, just like that. This one as well. Pull it and pull it to the side. And this one. Pull it to the side. And this one, pull it to the side, just like that. Alright? Now we're looking like this. Let's add a little more pressure, a little more tension to these screws. Not too much. Just a little more. Okay, we got some good pressure here. Good tension on the grub screws. Take your screwdriver now. Put it right into the center of one of the coils. Once you get about like that, twist it, turn it just like that. Turn the coil to where it's straightening out. That's all we want to do right now. We want to straighten that coil out just like that. Go to the other one, do the same thing. Once the filter goes through, boom, we want to turn the coils like that, okay? Just for now, one step at a time. Be gentle. Now we got to start trying to cut these leads. This is where the tricky part's going to come in. You want to be careful that you do not trip, do not clip another lead that you don't want to clip. So before we do that, let's go ahead and tighten these screws down the rest of the way. Now remember, you don't want to crank too tight on none of this stuff, because if you do, you can possibly crack your build deck. Cracking your build deck is a bad thing. You don't want to break it. So the easiest way to kind of do this is to get some flush cuts with the, since we're sharing holes, is grab the wire, pull on it as you're twisting it like this. Apply some pressure as you're twisting. Just twist back and forth, wiggle back and forth, and eventually it's going to break it. Eventually it'll break off. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you pry down this particular bottom one on this side. You see how that's the bottom post? Pry it down and stick your flush cuts in there. Get as close to the other lead as possible, but you don't want to cut the other lead. You just want to trim this one about like so, maybe a little more. You see right there? That's fine. That'll work out fine. But this other side's going to be a little easier, because it's on the top. We can get into that one. Just like that. Be careful not to trip the other one, the other lead. See? That's fine. Good to go. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. You got to be very careful when trimming these leads so close to each other. Your leads should be trimmed like that, flush, and not cutting the other one. Now you could pre-cut these to make it a little easier, but these particular ones I don't find like it's like that big of a deal to do that. So once you get them all cut, you want to put your screwdriver in there. You want to pull on them. Pull on them is going to bring them out from the post a little bit. See how it's like a little bit out from the post now? Pull on them, pull on them pretty tight. I mean, they're not going to come out of the screws. If you got them tight, if you got the grub screws tight enough, they're not going to come out. You want to work them, you want to bend them, pull on them. Twist your screwdriver out, and now you can see they're straight. Do the other one, get it straight and pull it off as well. Then you want to look at the side to side. See how one's higher than the other? Question is, which one is the correct height? Here's how you determine that. Take your top cap. This is as low, see that gold, that little platform right here below the O-rings? Top cap will not come down here. The top cap's going to stop right here. So what you want to do is you want to line your top cap up with that base of the atomizer, the deck. Adjust your airflow to where it's, get your airflow to where you can see how it's right beside of the coils. The airflow the way it's set up now will reach the lower half of the coils. That's exactly where you want the airflow to come in. The lower half, because the airflow will go in, go down the lower half of the coil, and up the bottom into your mouth, producing the best flavor. So we want to raise that other side up to match the height of this one. So what we do is put our screwdriver in. And just push it up. This is metal. We're bending metal. Basically what we're doing. If you look at it right there, they are the same height. Look at it right here. They match in the center as well. There we go. Now, they are even in all directions. They are spaced enough from the center. What we're going to do now is we're going to turn, let me zoom out a little bit. We're going to turn on the alien. Turn it on. Everything's up. We're going to fire it. And this is going to be a new. This is 0.164. Now we want to turn the wattage down. Way down. Till about 40. In the 40s. There we go. 41 is fine. All we're going to do, we got to work these coils. Oh yeah, one more thing you're going to need. You're going to need your ceramic tweezers. I forgot about these. What we're going to do is we're going to add heat. We're going to add heat to these and get them pulsed and get them balanced out. The whole point of coils is to get the nice even glow from the inside out. So we're going to start pulsing. See, I'm just holding it for like maybe a second at a time. Look at the screen, make sure there's no shorting features going on, nothing shorting out. Squeeze it, let go. Pulsing, just pulse heating. You can start seeing some glow right there. Boom. We're just introducing heat slowly but surely. If you do it too fast, you're going to burn the coil up. I've done that before in my early days. You cannot do that. So now we start seeing, you see like right here, there's a strip really glowing hard. That's a hot spot. It's what they call a hot spot. The whole point of this is working these hot spots out. So take your squeezers, take your tweezers, ceramic tweezers. Make sure the ceramic tip. And squeeze. Not a whole lot, just a little bit of pressure. What it does is it holds the metal together, the coils together, and it distributes the heat evenly, more evenly. Let's do the same thing over here. And again, we're still pulsing. Just pulsing. That's all we're doing. Okay, this side is coming together a little quicker. Let's do this one again. Again, we're just pulsing. Alright, this one right here's got some hot spots. Some people say you can strum them. Sometimes yes, sometimes needed. Sometimes people say, some people think it's just a waste of time. But I used to think that completely too. But I come to a little help. So take your tweezers, your ceramic tweezers, and use the flat side here. Just scrape. Not too hard. Just strum across the coils a little bit on both of them. Don't go too hard, and don't go back and forth. Just go one direction. Just a little bit. You can also bring your screwdriver back in. Put it back in there. And just do a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Just a wiggle, wiggle. We're not trying to replace the coils or move them anymore. We're just doing a wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Sorry, the camera. And let's try this again. Right now we're still at 41 watts. Some pressure going. Some heat going. Get it back up. Bring the temperature back up. Alright, you can start seeing the glow is going on from the center out. Alright, so let's raise the wattage up to about in the 70s. Oh, that's a little too high for this test. Let's just add some heat. 88, there we go, 82, 81.9. Hold it. Bleep. Alright, see, it looks like it's good. Coming together nicely. Alright. I'm just blowing the coils off. And we're going to take this up to 100 watts, just for me. It's just the way I work my coils. Because I'm a higher wattage vapor, 101. So let's squeeze it. And nice glow from the center out. You see that? Blow it off some more. Center out, center out, center out. Yep, that's the way you want this to glow from the middle out. Now, but once you got these worked like this, take your freaking little tool again. Try to do a little bit more. Just test the tightness of your screws. Some of them they'll turn more, some of them they won't. These both turned a little bit. Now, the reason that is, what does metal do when it gets hot? Metal melts. Metal degrades over time with heat. That's why you want to check your screws again at the end of your heating session. Is if any of the metal in here maybe melted down or got deformed or whatever, and it's less thick than it was when you first tightened it, you want to make sure you keep that tightening. That way it'll always stay a good connection. We check our ohms when we're done. We started at 0.164. We are still at a 0.164. So let's push this again, do one test. And voila, nice from the inside out of a glow. Nice glowing red coils. Now we're going to let this cool down and we're going to put some cotton in it. We are cooled down now, so let's put some cotton in here. Now when it comes to the thickness of cotton, you're going to have to just get the feel for it. After a while, you will be able to determine by feel how much you need to pull off your strip. But what you normally do is grab you, since you're using cotton baking, grab you some thickness of cotton, pull it off a strip, put the rest of it back into the rest of that strip back into the bag, and then what you pulled off, leave it all on one long strip, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to roll it up, not too tight, you want it to stay fluffy. Roll it up a little bit to where it's manageable. And then take one end and pinch and twist. Pinch it and twist it. Over and over and over until it stays pointed. You're going to put that end into your coil. And then, okay, now here's the thing. If you can do this with zero restriction, like if you pull it and it just comes through without moving your mod, you have too little cotton. But if you pull it, you have some restriction, it's perfect. If you pull it and you're pulling hard, I'm like hard to where you almost feel like you're going to break the cotton and your coils are being bent, that's too much cotton. Thin it out. But since you have your one strip, you want to pull it through about yay much on the Peerless. Leave about that much right there, okay? And then cut it off about yay much right there. Flip it around. Use that same piece of cotton with the pointy end. Put it into the coil and put that through about halfway, okay? Now, the way you want to measure the cotton on the Peerless here is fold the cotton down on the ends. You see, I've done this for a while, so I kind of know where I want the cotton to be. I put the cotton right down there in line with the bottom O-ring. That's kind of the way I wick the Peerless. So once you come over to this side, you'll push both cotton down, line with the O-ring, and then once you know where you want to cut it, then just cut it just like that. Have some little trimmies, throw them away, and voila, you just like this. So just kind of adjust your cotton to where it's even on both sides. Nice fluffy cotton. Take your tweezers, like this. Some people fluff it out, some people don't. RDA, I'm a strong believer in fluffing out cotton. RDA is not so much. Just take your tweezers, bring it forward, fold it under your coil, just like that. You don't want to force it in here. You want to make sure it stays fluffy in here, of course. You don't want to pack it in, because if it's packed in, it's not going to absorb as good. So just kind of lead it through there. You ain't got to force it in. See, I'm just doing that, and see how it's just going in. I'm not packing it in. So once it gets in, this is a deep well on the Peerless anyway, so it's down pretty good. So do the same thing on both sides. Again, you can just drag your cotton like that towards the end of the coil, and it goes right in, just easy peasy. Again, we're not packing it in there. We don't want it to be like a big old knot. We want it to be able to absorb the juices. Once you do that, make sure you take your tweezers under the coils and make sure the cotton beneath them has some airflow. That way air can go under your coils. You see how the air going is kind of seen right through there? Yeah, because the airflow from your cap is going to go in and hit the lower half of your coils right about here, and the airflow is going to go down and up through the coils to the center of the post into your mouth. That's where the flavor is going to come from. So just go around, make sure all your cotton is nice and neat and organized, not packed in, because you can tell by looking at this, it's still fluffy. It's not packed in at all. Alright, so now all you need is your juice. What juice am I going to use today? I'll tell you what juice I'm going to use today. I'm going to use this juice right here called the Wand. I got a full review coming up on this stuff. This stuff is fucking great. You want to see who it's from? This is a little sneak peek. Yeah, see that face? Yeah, that's who it's from. But I got a full review coming up on this thing. I just got this thing today and I'm loving it so far. So I'm gonna keep vaping it. But full review of a new flavor coming up very soon. So now that you got you're wicked up, put some juice on top of your coils. Just let it soak in for a minute. On top of your coils, just on the top of your coils. Remember how I was talking to you earlier about applying heat? Watch this. Let me zoom in. Alright, so right now it's absorbing. You can see the liquid, but watch this, apply a little bit of heat. Boom, see how it just sucked in there? Just a little bit of pulse. And right now where the coils are still warm, it's going to keep sucking it in. But, phew, apply a little bit of heat and it's just going to suck that coil in. This is priming the coil, priming your cotton. Get it all primed, get it all wicked up, let's get it all nice and saturated. Do this for a little bit of heat every now and again. It's just going to keep sucking it in. Sucking it in like a boss. Now, you don't want to overfill these things, because dripping is messy. Do not over drip. We all over drip sometimes, but you will learn, depending on the RDA that you're using, whether, how much you can drip and get away with it. Just keep doing. There's a deep juice well in this, and there's a lot of fresh cotton in here. So once we get to that point to where you start making a mess, you start boiling juice, and you know it's too much. But look at it, look at the fires. See, I'm looking now. I can already see I got plenty of saturation in the lower cotton on both sides. So that's enough cotton. But let's just add just a little more drop on the top. All right, that's it. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. So let's go back up top. Let me show you some fire. All right, check this out. Boom. See the fireworks? Nice, freshly wicked, freshly coiled, freshly juiced up RDA on the Peerless. Now, when you put your airflow back on, make sure you have it adjusted the way you want it. I like mine having 6 holes on each side. That's me personally, because I like a more restrictive airflow. Make sure that your airflow is directly in line with your coils. So I'm going to do this. Pop that on. You should be able to see inside there the coil. Well, maybe not. But that airflow is right at the coil. And then, fire and puff, baby. Whew. Oh, I got it on single coil mode. There we go. Let's go. Now I'm in dual coil mode. Wow. Such great flavor. This stuff, look forward to this review, man. I hope it lasts till I can review it. It's so good. Such a great flavor. Such great flavor on the Peerless RDA. I haven't used a Peerless in a while. I recommended this to you, Philip, and you went out and bought this thing along with the Alien. I recommended the Alien. So congratulations to Philip. He's about nearly a month now off of cigarettes. I did this video because I wanted to show him how to rebuild it, or how to build his RDA right out the gate, and how to do that. And I'm hoping this helps a lot of other people too. If you're getting into RDAs and you want to learn an easy build, the Peerless is the way to go, and it's 20 bucks. You can get it for 20 bucks on myvapro.com and a bunch of other sites. It's a cheap, great RDA, and I still believe the Peerless is one of the best of 2017. The Icon's great too. The Goon, it's awesome. The Dead Rabbit, a little more advanced, but this Peerless for sure is a great one for you new RDA users. And you want something good, cheap, and you want to try it whether you like it or not, the Peerless is the way to go. And this is how you build it. So I do thank you very much for watching. Remember, keep doing what we're doing, guys. The FDA, we got to fight them, we got to combat them, we got to educate the world on how much less harmful vaping is versus traditional tobacco. Educate, not humiliate, do our part, and we're going to win this battle. So thank you very much for watching. We're so close to the 1K. Man, it's getting exciting. It's really is getting exciting. So again, appreciate all the support. Sorry for the absence of the past couple of days. A little lack on activity this week. Just some issues came up. I had to tend to. So until next video, just keep on vaping and living, baby.